that's what they say. But what does that mean? First, the word digital is rooted in the Latin word digitus, which means finger. And how did those ancient Romans do their arithmetic? With their own 10 fingers. They didn't have computers or cell phones. By the way, the same goes for the word computer. That one, according to Merriam-Webster, means to make a calculation. We use them to find our way around, we play games with them, we watch video with them, like the one you're watching now. Where does this obsession with calculations and numbers come from? Well, because basically it's all numbers and calculations. Take any file from your computer. It doesn't matter whether it's a system file, a Word document, or a video. If you take a good look, it's all numbers. Between 0 and 255 to be exact. And why? Because under the hood, all a computer does is manipulating the numbers in its storage. So what is programming? Programming is the art of manipulating memory by performing arithmetic operations in an optionally nonlinear fashion in such a way that the programmer's intentions are met. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. In this lesson we will learn you how to manipulate memory. In uBasic 4 there are 26 boxes, labeled A through Z, and in each box you can place a number. One single number. These boxes are called variables. And you better get used to that concept, because I will never call them boxes again. And now we're at it. Boxes may have labels, but variables have names, like A, B, C or Z. So let's get this show on the road. Let's assume we want to put the number 5 in box B. Variable B. We have to give the computer a command in order to do that. And that command is B is 5. In other words, put 5 in variable B. That's all it takes. So 5 is put into variable B. We're done. Now let's assume we're not happy with that and want to put the number 2 in variable B. Same thing. By saying B equals 2, we're doing just that. Note that the 5 that was in there disappears into thin air. It's not there anymore. It is, as we call it, overwritten by the number 2 and vanishes completely and irretrievably. And finally, if we want to put the number 3 into variable D, you can probably imagine what is required to achieve that. Yes, D is 3, that's all we need. Mission accomplished. Although this program, yes, that's what it is, will run perfectly, we don't see anything happening. The computer will do it, but we don't see anything happening. If you want to see something happening, you'll have to instruct the computer to do that. And we do that by using the print command. Although nothing is actually printed nowadays, at the time that command was defined, it literally printed something on a long piece of paper. But now it is simply shown on the screen, which is much more quiet, believe me. So the command to print the contents of variable B on the screen is print B. It will fetch the contents from variable B and print them on the screen. Remember what the variable B contained? Right, the number 2. So that's exactly what is printed. Nothing more, nothing less. Of course, you're not limited to printing a single variable. You can combine any number of them in any order, even doubling up if you feel like it, by simply separating them by commas. 1 comma for each variable, except the last one. So you can imagine what print dB will do. It will first print the contents of variable D, and then the contents of variable B. And yep, you're completely right. So what have we learned? uBasic 4 has 24 variables, named A through Z. The equals command will assign a number to a variable. If we assign another number to the same variable, the former number will be overwritten. You can print the contents of a variable using the print command, and finally you can print multiple variables as long as you separate them by a comma. Well, that's the end of the line.